back. You are still tuned in to Tot. You know, sometimes I don't read my mind. And then other times, I don't know when they're fun, right? No, I was going to say Tot, the Ting with Kim in Funtastic Friday, you know? The Tot, the Ting with Kim segment here on Funtastic Fridays. You see, don't try to study me. Don't do it. But yes, so we are back and we're discussing why dad's mental health matters. So before the break, we spoke about the importance of fathers taking care of the mental health, how it affects the family, the fact that men go through postpartum depression as well, and that the increase in responsibilities and commitments and all, it does take a toll on them. And Pinky also said, listen, we need to observe our men more. We need to see the changes. We need to be able to say, this is not like them. Not that them switch up and all of a sudden them not one way, right? It's just probably that they're going through something and they're not absolutely sure how to deal with it. So ladies, we need to take the focus off us, because I think, you see that whole statement about happy wife, happy life? That's a part of the problem, because it just basically causes men to focus on the woman, and then them actually feel like they get the wrong end of the stick eventually, because they invest all this time making you happy, and sometimes it still just don't work.
Let me tell you what used to happen. As I say, it's just the mindset just has shifted. That's really what's taking place. Because back in the time, you say happy wife, happy life, right? Back then, if you make a wife happy, she would make it her duty to make you happy. But nowadays, if you make your wife happy, she can't with the happiness. That is it. That is it. She don't think she'll give back you some of the happiness, you know. She just like, this is good, life is good.
Now which course temptation?
She didn't even know, like, you know, back in the day, people that probably say, oh, I want to start this course for my happiness.
Yeah.
No, she just got to tell her, life is good. How you doing, Kerry? Life is, she never said my husband, I don't know, fair life.
Exactly.
And that's what happened now. People just change the mindset from a whole unity thing where it's you for me and me for you.
Yes.
So man for themselves.
And then the minute somebody else can offer better, you just take the happiness and gone.
She not put back into
and that's another thing that affects men's mental health, because since men are expected to invest so much in women, and then I think men are doing so prematurely. Yes, women, I'm saying it. You're not his wife. You have all these expectations.
The pressure.
And the pressure, just because you want to have a partner, you want to keep this woman around, you're going to do all these things, but then when you change your mind, it affects you. And once again, it's not saying anything that is right. So I'm not saying any of the ways that the men react are correct, but it's a part of the problem. As Joanna said earlier, she said, in regard to, feeding the kids part, she said 10K every week for herself. Basic stuff. So big up to especially the single parent. And some of them not needed to know the mothers who ensure the child stays with them so they can collect more money. So some of them not needed to know just extra pocket money. Some women are really cruel. And then Joanna said, and vice versa, Lionel.
Vice versa.
I think the latter part of the comments with the ladies, the men leave with the ladies' happiness as well. Yes, because women invest a lot in men too.
Alright,
it depends on the type of woman, but women invest. Probably not financially, but
listen.
And actually financially.
Because I said, so
half on the clothes of we buy it.
The women invest financially, sometimes I feel kind of change the man. You know? That's usually it. Sometimes man, you see the man that take a regular load, man. That I can. Half of the woman, them suggestion.
We want to ensure that you are a better version with us.
We're not the change.
And we made you better.
That's all.
But then sometimes we made you better for someone else.
Exactly. We never want to be on the first place on the city side. But as I said, I was going to suggest that Kim would find a topic for this in July.
Yes.
Really, actually, I have two things that came up in that earlier discussion 5 minutes ago. One, how the situation goes when I'm dating a girl for the first time.
What are the expectations, the rules?
And me have to find out, and me have to check out what say she can't come out because I give her food.
I'm gonna date.
And me I try to date her for the first.
Yeah. You're not there or nothing.
Yeah.
You just want to date her.
That dating element. You know what I'm saying?
And then she tells you I rent due next week.
And the second date, the rent is the second date. You know what?
I have to move further with her. You have to pay the rent.
Those are no norms of
it's becoming a trend now. Like these are the things that it's like a money upfront situation. And I want a topic about it.
But you realize that
I don't get to
these
experience
things
that.
are not.
Or you just avoid those situations. No, I'm not saying I deal with them, you know. I'm just saying that people are saying these things.
That the requirements to move forward.
When they send me these things, you know, I know that I'm not up for that type of game. So I try and move along. But I'm just saying, what is this situation that is building up out there? You know what I'm saying?
You know that these things are stem from a child's background, a child's environment, a child's upbringing. It also has to do with a child's company. A child's company can influence what he or she. Like I always say, if you hang out with 6 idiots, you'll be the 7th, you know. But if you hang out with 6 successful people, you'll be the 7th successful.
If you see me up at BOJ head office,
With the bank managers.
just give me like 1 year, I'll be up there for real. So
No, you have to surround yourself with persons who are self-motivated to be successful in life. Not persons who, can do with a man because he have this, that, rated. Because what he has is not yours, you know. He's just appreciating you.
But a part of it, right? A part of it is that because we are not valuing ourselves enough, both men and women, we are doing almost anything to get that partner.
Yeah,
we're doing almost anything to get. So even though enough man see it, you know, I know say yo, man, I take up crosses, but guess what? Crosses is warm at night, and crosses look good. And probably two of my friends them like crosses, and one can brag say, I'm me and crosses. So it's like we are looking past all that. Yeah, well, shit, we'll go back to the conversation, but that's gonna be a conversation.
We need to get into the meat.
Sorry, just it over me, cause let me get back to the point.
It's very much chatting out.
I think it's forgotten. We'll go again.
Alright,
I'll jot it down.
alright.
Thank you. Hear me.
So Joanna said yes, that part, Lionel. And the men roles are slowly changing. I'm good with that. Are you men okay wearing the aprons? I mean, alright.
And Cassie said, invest only what you are prepared to lose. I strongly believe that.
No.
And Joanna said as well, she set her girlfriend up with a great guy in the past. And the first thing she asked for was a phone. And him cussed me out. Or you come set me up with a crosses.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I understand your birthday come up with probably one that but just so you understand talking to the person, you have to put down payments or fridge. And you have to co-sign up a courts and all them something. Like, there's
You
no...
don't even have the relationship.
You're going anywhere.
I said it to the girl. I said,
2 weeks
I
in.
don't even know if you're like
I have requirements.
And then as a man, you know, you see, we're under the, even as fathers as well. As a man and as a father, you under the impression, that's why I'm saying sometimes the pressure is on the man.
Yeah.
Under the impression that, alright, these are 2 little hurdles. If I do these things and try to match up, she will appreciate me and I will be in the zone where we're happy again.
But then she have you and 5 man under the same thing.
And the steps keep on
climbing. And I keep climbing.
This year a TV, next year a fridge, next month a fridge, month after that a store.
But I think these are some of the things that men are supposed to be aware of. It's simple communication that will help you to find out these information from early, you know. You will know when a woman is truly into you or if she's just into you for your thing.
Yeah.
You will know, just simple conversation.
And most time men know they just want the trophy woman.
Not necessarily the trophy woman, we just like give it that. It's like, as I say, as men, sometimes when we look at a girl, and say, the girl look like she'll be nice for me. Right? If we look at a girl and say that she'll be nice for us, we try to be the guy she wants. So when she said to me, we need to go these 2 places, you're like, okay, I can do that for you.
Like a budget for
That's a man, that's our man. We try
And that destroys the mental health. Because what you're doing is changing who you are for someone, which should not be the case.
That's what I'm saying.
Because somebody's supposed to accept you for who you are.
That's what is happening to
Thank
us.
you for presidents, guys. I second it.
You know what? That is what is happening to most of the men. Why you see the man them out there? I do all manner of evil, I rent car and all.
Joanna is here dying with laughter. She said, crosses is warm at night. So yeah. And then she said, a week down payment of course.
No, see, it's not hard. You see, the thing is that with the whole, social media mindset everybody has nowadays. You see, all little girls them who probably have let's say, a decent background and probably have been, not pressuring the man so much because she can provide for herself. She has two friends who are gonna say, Kimmie, you have to pay to the man to buy you the new phone where you want it. If you have an iPhone 14,
right now I am the Kimmie because we're running close all the time.
And then she will fall to that and make that become her. It's like we all are changing ourselves to become people who we don't want to be, and then we put the pressure on the other gender to become who them don't want to be. And at the end, we're not gonna like each other because we are not the same person that we didn't like.
I can tell you at the end of the day, either she going to get what she wants,
exactly.
or she just not going to get what she wants.
And that's it. So everything now is just a transaction. Thank you for the phone. Thank you for the whatever we did yesterday.
Yeah, this is a trial and error,
That's how relationships are. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. As a man, if we have it, we're going to say, okay, she doesn't want that, so let me do that for her. We are not knowing that will not make her love us. We're just trying a thing, and we think it's going to make she love you, but it not make she.
It's true, we want, true women want.
Right? Want
because, a real, I don't even say a real man, but a man, right? Like, we're not supposed to even be asking men to give us stuff.
No, but
it's not something that we're supposed to do. I just feel like we just lower standards when we're doing that.
No, but them think they're coming in like a relationship. It's not regular.
So that's something we actually, I like that the stages, what is acceptable at what stage. When does those requests
if they tell somebody
come in?
She should be asking me what she wants. Telling me what she
and then people going to say, it's not a relationship.
So we have to wait for a couple of weeks or months and know.
So I
can provide these things for
that's why I said the communication is essential and vital,
And you learn half of these when she listened to what I'm not telling you, we spoke about communication and not highlighting.
You see, every Friday, when it touch 5 o'clock, you just link up with a friend and go all the way and meet a Funtastic Friday. I'm going to talk about these things because right now I'm going to try to find a spot on the road for all of us to sit down. Couple of see some of the faces. Joanna, Cartin wants to not talk to you in person. Because when you get up and say a point here, I want us to agree with you. Because we need to change. Like the whole of the place need to just lift up, wash off and put back down. Because there's a whole different culture that's taking place. And it affects the whole parent. Right now, parents are the child friend.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to that just yet. Come on, touch on some facts, right? You want to say, just like the birds, Pinky, the woman build the nest, the man bring the food.
Alright.
She's saying nature is showing how it should be. But that, as I said, I love that topic, and we're going to visit on Pinky for like you forget to come join the one neck. I drop the gems there. Right? But I want to mention some statistics because I think this is important to show how the mental health of fathers are really important and we need to prioritize it, right? So becoming a parent is a profound milestone. Recent emphasis on researching the impact of fatherhood shows that 70% of fathers report higher stress. They also cite lack of sleep, finances, and increased demands on their time as primary stressors. So them getting 70% of the men are saying they're more stressed, them not sleep right, the finances now is like a bigger demand now because I'm a father, and then it increased demands on their time. Not only the partner, partner gonna say you can't spend time with the picnic, and you can't go practice, go pick them up or whatever, envy, what you say. You feel, since you become a father,
are you sleeping? Yes, my son, so sleeping now
but you're sleeping less than before. But do you feel like there's more demand on your time and your finances, of course? Even if you could have get with a one party today, you can't that because now you have to,
As simple as they put it, there's another mouth.
There's a mouth, exactly. Well, another fact is, while postpartum depression is commonly associated with mothers, up to 25% of fathers experience postpartum depression due to insecurities about their parenting skills, right? Then 23% of new fathers feel isolated. So you have to man them more when them just turn father. They feel lonely, and maybe out of that 23%, some of those are the fathers that take to themselves and just say, you know what? Because they feel like they're not support them, you know, they're only supporting you, but they don't have support. Then you have 49% note experiencing pressure to be good fathers, with only 39% of fathers believing that they're doing a good job at parenting. So you have the outside parent, inclusive of the mother, who, especially when you guys are no longer in a relationship, everything what you do is criticized. Even if it's spent on them, let's say you spend $5 grand, say you could have spent 6.
No, but there's no, like, as I say, in a life such as that, there's no limit to what you can do, you know.
Yeah.
So there's no cap. Even the richest man, his child is gonna be lacking something.
Yeah.
You can't ask even rich people never run upon dog and go like the Godfather.
But like I always say, you can't please me.
You can't please people. But what we need to do as well is, when fathers are playing their role, even to an extent, right? Give them the praise what them need and that. Encourage them to do more. So even if him probably could have only found a $5 grand, we're not going to say where he's going to ignore his responsibilities now, but something could be going on. And him say, listen, I only have a 5 for the week here. Give him grace. Give him room to say, all right, we know you're sort of alone now. Me pick up a bit more responsibilities. Most women aren't doing that. You need to find it.
That's
just what I'm saying. You just find it. Exactly. Are you get exact? Exact, you say
that, you know, they don't even appreciate men, you know. It's like if with the whole $5 grand situation and him says it's alone him have, man, my country should have killed me if he would take the $5 grand.
Exactly.
Because I'm thinking, how is he gonna survive?
Listen me.
What? Like the question I'm going to ask is that if I take the $5 grand,
what are you gonna do?
How are you going to survive? Like, how are you going to eat?
Remember me tell her earlier, the girl is and the girl ever say, yo, so them never think about say me other need things. Like that is how life is. That's how the culture is becoming now.
Yes.
What me can get.
And then people need to understand that life is so dynamic that, you know, today I might have it to give you, and tomorrow it's just in a rough patch, you know.
That's the other culture from
the fittest are gonna survive nowadays.
That's the other culture from the mothers as well, or our family wives, or the baby mothers, or whatever.
Actually, I don't want to digress, but I saw that same story, and I think he shared the story with me, in one of the newspapers recently, where the partner said during COVID he was making a lot of money,
right?
And he was, you know, he up them lifestyle. Him and his wife up them lifestyle. But then after COVID, things changed and they went back. Actually, worse, you know, cost of living gone up, and he couldn't maintain it. He was struggling, and then he found his wife. Well, someone bridging them, make him know same wife on OnlyFans. Right? And then of course him approach her and be like, you know, where did this? And she said, boy, but you have to do something. Because exactly, and then he was saying, yo, him don't know how to feel because she's saying she's doing it for us. But then in bridging them can come and say, yo, brother.
She wasn't doing it for us either.
Exactly, because he never know. He never even know.
That wasn't even for them.
So that's what I'm saying. She wasn't sharing income with him. But at the end of the day, we're not saying ladies in the can't venture into the business opportunities. But you have a husband.
And have a discussion. If you are good at that, a conversation.
That's just manipulative.
That is it.
And that is what you call now. We call it now not willing to settle or satisfy. Because if the man do something and you need to probably, you know, fall back or whatever, you understand as a lady you would want to pull in the slack. But part of that is working together.
Discussion. Even with that, you know, even with the him having it and then not having it, right? Even that's supposed to can indicate to a lady that he's going to go through something. Right. He's going to go through the depression. He's going to go through that phase, you know, because now he's not at that capability where he can afford it. So we need now to give him some level of comfort and love to say, hey, even if it's some positive word, everything's gonna be alright here. I have your back, you know.
That's why I want.
You know. Cause that's actually where a man's ego comes from. When he can provide, when he can give the people who who matter, you can take care of them. Alright, that's where men's ego really gets stroked.
But here's another option: is when we say we want a woman that's independent, we're not being said you're gonna be independent right true, but we're saying suppose me fall. You're supposed to pick up a little slack.
Yeah.
When you think, oh no, he must be the provider 24/7. When I can't provide for that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, what is our next option? Or we can't work as a man have to provide. That's all like a helpful
and that actually tied in when you like so you mentioned the point about the OnlyFans situation where you say he wasn't benefiting from that income, because my impression is that they were still struggling. So even though she was doing it, they were still struggling, and he was still figuring out and probably stressed out, and then eventually
in the story she said things like she said to him, say, yo, his money is their money, but her money is her money. That's what she was saying. So she was saying to him, she didn't worry about.
So even though I do this, I know for you, still figure out the bills because of your responsibility.
Yeah, that's selfish. That's very selfish.
As Joanna said, true, we should be able to put it if you fall. Yeah. But I think a part of it is that, and persons need to understand once you're in a relationship, and that's how we need to understand relationships aren't a joke. It's not a hobby. It's nothing like that. It's actually an investment, because most people now like to say, boy, I'm not investing on nobody, and then if it don't work out. The reality is, if you're with someone, it's a give and take. Whether it works out or not, at that moment you are in a relationship with this person. They're gonna invest in you, and if in a breakup, they still have a loss because they probably helped you with something, and vice versa. It can't be one side where you benefit in helping go school, probably helping get on care, all that they left, and all of a sudden, boy, man, move on. At least thanks for these things, they move on. He must have benefited in some way too. So we need to stop this one-sided thing, and then me not do that because me don't want to be the one who me go support you for about 5 years, and then when he gets a job and back on him feet, he move on. It's a risk. I always tell people relationships are a risk.
We don't appreciate men anymore in this society.
No, the whole culture.
We don't appreciate even the smallest things. And I always say this, appreciate the small things in life.
Yeah.
Because it creates a bigger picture. You will definitely can know where your journey started from,
Yeah.
Like back in the days, like people who are married for years, they can tell us they're coming from like a one house with a one bed, and how they make it work to evolve, and it's a beautiful mansion to live in, and I can tell you the story of that. It was from the smallest appreciation of what they had.
Nowadays, no, so them girls are going to tell us what them used to. Even if something they just start get yesterday, no, this is what I'm used to.
How can you improve my life?
But just me, even the situation where they said that the man was giving the lady 20k a month or whatever,
a week,
and then one time him not give her
10k instead.
She has say, if she asked him back, what happened for the rest of the change or whatever, why you are so little. And I'm saying, if a man is giving a woman consecutively money each month, I'm not saying she not to care herself, but she should be able to save from that. So if him fall again, something out of that 20k a month, she must get put that 5
after bill. Rule.
Yeah. You say, but at the end of the day, the minute the man shot, she a wonder what to the man. Not saying she can't say, wait, alright, we need to give back somebody money. It's like a feeding.
From the moment you not get the 20k, you're supposed to know that him not have it.
Or ask questions, have a conversation. Just say, hey, I know you don't have it this month.
It look like you don't have it. Nobody give me it. But guess what? They're going to take. And the man, what we're going to do as men, nobody to talk to. They power own people 20 seconds.
Yes. As Curtis said, relationship is like lotto. And on that note, have a good night, guys. We're going to have part 2 to this conversation because it's not done. But stay safe until we see you next week. Have a good one. Happy Father's Day when it comes.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.